everybody, welcome to Floss Tube number 9. I had to skip last week, so I'll share a little bit about why I wasn't on last week, but all is well right now. Have you ever heard the saying, when it rains, it pours? Well, that's kind of how our week went last week. My mom, we had gone to Branson, and the last floss tube I had was from our trip to Branson. We had a wonderful time, but the last day we were there, my husband called, and my mom has a little chihuahua that's named Coco, and she is not a little puppy. She was 18 years old, nearly 19. And he said, Jennifer, I hate to do this, but I think you all may need to come home. Coco just is not acting right. And we have already had to put her on heart medicine, just her age, and she likes to eat. She's a little chunky. But we had taken her to the vet a little while back, and he said, I've increased her dosage as much as I can. Just try and keep her happy and comfortable, and that's about the best that we can do. So we were kind of worried. Mom didn't want to be away if she was getting worse, and so we came home a day early. And I'm so thankful we did, because Mom had about 3 or 4 more days with her, and we took her back to the vet. He checked her and just said, keep her comfortable. So she passed away. And of course, when you have a fur baby, and those of you that have fur babies certainly know what our household was like. Coco was just a part of our family, and it was so hard to turn her loose. But we are so thankful. She did not seem to be suffering. She was very comfortable. Mom was able to spend some more time with her. And so for those things, we are so thankful and have lots of good memories with her that we'll always treasure. So that's it. Even though it was sad, it ended okay. Then my computer crashed. Oh my heavens. And it's not that old of a computer. But everything worked out okay with it too. The Geek Squad guys were super sweet. They know I just struggle a little bit with technology, and they fixed it. It wasn't a major issue. It was just something that I didn't know how to fix, but thankfully that they did. So computer is up and running again, and all is well. Then we had another little issue. I have a retreat planned the end of August at Mather Lodge, which is on Pettigee Mountain. And the lodge, I talked to them, and their kitchen help is just thinning out. And so she's like, I don't know, we can just wait and see. But right now, it's just takeout from the kitchen. And so it kind of made me concerned. I love Mather Lodge, but I did not want a group of ladies worrying about what they were going to eat or if it was the same stuff over and over. So I moved the retreat last week from Mather Lodge to Hilton Garden Inn here in Conway. And I was so impressed. The people there were so sweet. Helped me get everything transferred over. The stitching room is fantastic. It's large enough we could spread out. And so that ended up being a blessing as well. So even though last week was crazy, everything just worked out perfectly. So I know I had lots of friends praying for me because they knew it was a crazy week. And the week ended on a good note, and I'm able to get back on here and visit with all of you guys, and that makes it even better. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for waiting on me for a week. And now let's just get started. I want to show you some finishes. I'm so excited about them. I had so much fun. I know when I was at Branson that I went crazy a little bit at their Hobby Lobby. They had so many cute items to finish on. And I actually took 2 of the pieces that I showed you in the last video and did some finishes. So I hope while the stock is still up and they have plenty of these items in stock, that if you like these finishes, you'll be able to go to your Hobby Lobby and get one or order it online. And all the information about what I'm showing you today with these finishes, I've posted the numbers and information and where I found it down below the video. So if you'll go down into the description, you can get all the information you need if it's something that you say, hey, I think I need that too in my stash. I'm going to go get it and finish something just like that as well. So hopefully that will be a help to you. So let me show you my first finish. I have a tier tray, probably like many of you. That's kind of been a thing this last year, and I I know. I always enjoy seeing Priscilla's tier trays. She's such, um, just has such a talent for fixing them. And so that kind of inspired me when I saw some of hers. I thought, oh, I might need a tier tray too. And started doing one in my kitchen. And I have so much fun finding little things that will fit and fix them up, you know, with some stitching to go on it. So this is something that I'm going to put on my tier tray. I'm going to show you first of all the piece that I purchased, and this was what I showed you last week. This came from Hobby Lobby, I believe, and it was $7.99, so it wasn't terribly expensive. And like I said before, watch, Hobby Lobby puts things on sale very often, 40% off, and so hopefully if you know to be watching, you can catch this when it's half off. Then you're only spending about $4, so that's perfect. What I did, this is my finish, and it just says home for the holidays. I sanded it just a little bit because the finish on the original piece was a little slick and I wasn't sure how the paint would stick on that, so I just kind of lightly sanded it just to take the slick feeling off of it. Then I painted it a red. I stitched this home for the holidays. It's a heart and hand. And it was such, I did this in one evening. It was such a quick stitch and just fun to do. So I did this, mounted it on some sticky board, added a little jute trim around the edge, and then this little wreath I got from Hobby Lobby. It comes with a little bitty red ribbon, but I wanted to add a bow, so I thought that might be not look right with two bows together. So I took the red bow off, hot glued the little wreath up on top, and then added this little bow with some ribbon. Now, this ribbon came from some stash. I know I got it from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure if they still have some. They might. But I love how this turned out, and it's a perfect size for my tier tray, and that's what I'm going to use at Christmas. I'm going to put this on there and add it to some of the other stitch pieces that I already have. But cute, simple, quick finish, and something fun to do. So you may want to do this for your another Jolly July. I know July is quickly leaving us, and I'm kind of getting in the mood to start stitching fall. The next finish that I have was from this board, and I also purchased this at Hobby Lobby. This one was over in the home decor section. Kind of in our Hobby Lobby, it was back by the candles and lanterns and all of those things. They have an aisle that's very close to those, and that's where I found this piece. It is $5.99. I had to look. And the same thing, like I said, for the other piece. Just watch, because it probably will go 40% off before we know it, and then you're not spending but maybe $3 on this piece. I just love the fact that it was on a little stand, had these little spools. Now, I will say, these were a little bit of a booger to paint because they spin. So just be prepared for that. I kind of had to chase them around with my brush, but I still like how it turned out. So let me show you the finish on this one. And what I did, I originally thought I was going to stitch something else for it. And I thought, no, I'm just going to look through my patterns. And I found this square dance pattern. I'll show you, it's a heart and hand. And I know she has several of these square dance patterns for the different seasons. I chose the one that says Mary, and just put it on sticky board, added a little bit of the rickrack around it for some trim. I put a magnet on the back, and let me show you. I got some hot glue still there, but you can ignore that. Put a little magnet on the back, added a magnet on the board so I can change it out, because after I stitched this, I thought, she's got so many of these cute little square dance patterns. I want it to where I can interchange the different stitch pieces. So I can simply pull this off, and on the ribbon, I just tied it in the back, but I tied it loose enough that it just slips right off. Then I decided I'm going to do a Halloween one, because that one will be coming up soon as well. So I'm going to take this little bow, slip it down over the top, and this is another square dance pattern. I put a magnet, and now it's ready for my Halloween tier tray. So this was just a fun piece to do. I love the size of it. I love the fact that I can do these square dance patterns. This one took me a little bit longer than the first one because all that yellow moon had to be filled in, but it was still a very quick, easy stitch. This little Mary, that's one evening. I mean, and you can have that stitch. So super easy, super quick, and you can just change them out. So I loved this finish. It's probably one of my favorite ones I've done in a while. And then, like I said, just do a fluffy bow. This is the back tie. I just tied it in a double knot. And then when I want to change it out, all I have to do is slip that off. So that is so easy, so quick, and you have a cute little finish. I painted this a white and then sanded the edges, like I've talked about before, just to kind of give it that older look, and antiqued it with some dark wax. Love how it finished. You could do a black. I thought about doing that. I went with this white though, just because I may want to spring something, and I think the lighter color would work better for that for spring and summer. So whatever color you want to finish yours in, it's just a quick, fun finish. So that's my other finish this week. I have one more finish. Oh, here's a couple more square dance patterns. This is the one that had the Happy Halloween, and any of these, all of these will fit perfectly. It's just a 3x3 size of sticky board. I stitched it on 28 count even weave, so that kind of gives you an idea, and I'll have that down below as well in the description. But a 3x3, any of these will fit, so you might have another one that you like better. She has two of the Halloween versions. I thought the little cats were cute. I like the ghost as well. So any of those you could do and use for your finish on that same board. I've been busy, and Mom has been busy. We've been working on bags, project bags, for our upcoming retreat. The theme for our retreat in August is gingerbread kisses and Christmas stitches. And everything about the retreat is going to be Christmas themed. And so I'm going to try and have a lot of Christmas bags that will be available for sale at the retreat. I used a Lizzie Kate pattern, and it's this one right here, Ho 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 Let It Snow. And I did it on an aqua dyed 28 count even weave. And I'll show you why I picked that color. I know that's not a traditional Christmas color, but look at this fabric. I love these bright, vibrant colors. And see if I can hold it up where you can see it with the fabric a little better. Love how that came out. That's going to be a good size for a project bag, and I'll get that finished up and have it at our retreat. Then I've got a couple of WIPS that I want to show you. Like I said, I'm working on project bags for the retreat, and my mom loves the Grinch. That's just her favorite Christmas character, and so she started this piece. So this is kind of a shared WIP, I guess. The fabric says Grinchmas, just cute. I've got him upside down. That might help if I turn him over. And she chose this pattern. It's Perhaps Christmas by Sandra Workman from Pine Mountain. And I love the little saying. It just says, what if Christmas he thought doesn't come from a store? What if Christmas perhaps needs a little bit more? I love that part from the movie. And so that's the saying that's on here to be stitched. And she had gotten nearly all of it done, so this is really more her with excuse all the wrinkles. And she got up here, and it's a smaller count because we wanted it to fit on a bag. And the white, she's like, Jennifer, I just cannot see that white on this linen. So I'm finishing up the little moon up here with the white. But I think that's going to be an adorable bag when it gets finished. I may have to make her one. She may not want to give this one up. But anyway, that's a WIP, a shared WIP. And then I pulled this out. I went through this last week cleaning my sewing room. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Somebody please tell me you're the same way. I get busy, and then maybe I start stuffing. So everything's not back in the place that it should be back in. So maybe I've got patterns just stuffed in a drawer, or I've got them left in the project bag that I was working on, and I just took some time this last week. I bought a few more file cabinets, and I went through all my patterns, all my WIPS, and got them organized again. So it feels so good. And it's not New Year's, but I made a New Year's resolution for my sewing room that I'm not going to let myself do that anymore. If I finish something, I'm going to put it back where it belongs right then. So we'll see if I continue doing that. But it feels good right now to have everything in its place. And as I was going through cleaning, I found this little pattern, this whip that I had started. We took a group to Isle of Man. Now, I don't know, some of you may know where Isle of Man is. I didn't at first. This is several years ago. My youngest son, it was his turn to pick our vacation spot. And we would always try and occasionally give the boys a chance to pick where they would like to go on vacation. And so Lane really thought and thought, and I said, finally, I said, Lane, we've got to know pretty soon so we can make arrangements. And so he came out and he said, Mom, I've decided. Let's go to Isle of Man. And I thought, he's got to be joking. I've never heard of this place. And come to find out, there really is a place called Isle of Man. It's a little island. It's located in the Irish Sea, just off the coast of Ireland. And it is only 15 miles wide and 33 miles long. And I know when I told my mother, I said, we're going to go to Isle of Man. I'm not sure what all we're going to see, but we're going to go check it out. That's where Lane picked out this year for vacation. And I told her the size, and she's like, oh my heavens, that's so small. Yeah, there's no way. Well, she went with us when we took this group of ladies on the retreat. And it's amazing. You do not feel like it's that small when you're on it. It's one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever been. I've been to Switzerland, and it is absolutely just unbelievable. It's so beautiful. But Isle of Man is probably one of my very favorite places. Just the landscape's beautiful, the people are so friendly, and we just decided we think a group of stitchers would enjoy this. So we went over for a week, had a blast. They've teased me about short hikes. We went on a hike one day. This lady told us which direction to go, and it was not the right direction. We hiked and we hiked and we hiked. So nobody believes me if I say we're going on a short hike anymore. But we still had a lot of fun, and it's a great memory. We saw Longton sheep, which are sheep that the Vikings brought over. They have not just 2 horns, they have 4 and sometimes 6 horns coming out of their heads. They're the strangest looking thing I've ever seen. You all need to Google it if you've never seen them, because they're amazing. They're a little bit scary at first, but it's just really interesting when you listen to the backstory on them. And so we visited this farm that raises them. And the lady was so sweet, took us all on a ride around her farm to look at all of these sheep. And so this was the class project that we had when we were there. And it's simply a map of the Isle of Man. And on the map, it gives several different places that we visited. Manx cats, they're the cats that have no tail. They have those everywhere over there. They're really a thing. And there's lots of castles. One castle they have, and it's in the town called Castletown, is one of the best preserved castles in all of Europe. And it's on this little bitty island. And so there's tons of Viking history. There's the Manx. There's they have this huge thing about the ferries. The mode of transportation around the island is through buses, or they have 100-year-old steam trains that you can ride. Those are the coolest things ever. We loved riding those steam trains. But at one point, as you're riding the train, it goes under this bridge, and it's called the ferry bridge. And the conductor will come on and say hello to the ferries. We don't want bad luck today. And so everybody on the train has to greet the ferries as the train goes under the bridge. So that's just so much fun. And I hope to go back there soon. With COVID, they have been locked down to visitors, which I can certainly understand. But hopefully there will come a day that we can all make a visit back there again. It was just a delight. So I saw that, and even though I had quite a bit done, I thought I need to finish it. Here, I showed it to you, but no, I had it right. I really want to get this finished so I can get it framed and put it up as a reminder of the fun time we had with all the ladies over there stitching and seeing all the sights that Isle of Man has to offer. But my son, we made it when he was younger and got over there, and it's still one of his favorite trips as well. He said, Mom, that was the coolest thing ever, just to see the history. And one of my friends asked, said, Lane, why did you pick Isle of Man? What made you want to go there? And his reason was it was the coolest flag he'd ever seen. He thought it really had a neat flag. And their flag has 3 legs. And their motto is no matter which way you throw us, we always land on our feet. And so I thought that was kind of cool and a good motto to have, I think. So anyway, those are my WIPs right now. I have lots of other WIPs started. I'm kind of ashamed to say how many, but those are 2 that I'm working on currently. Now, let me show you my haul. I have a good amount of haul that I'm anxious to share with you. I think you'll be excited about it as well. I went to Hobby Lobby again this week, and oh my heavens, they're just on a roll. They have got more things to finish on, and I'm so excited. It's like I can't wait to pick something out to finish on these pieces. So let me share them with you. This little piece came from Hobby Lobby. It looks like a paddle, but this part is, if I turn it a little bit, maybe you can see, it's kind of sunken in. So that would be a great piece that you can mount something inside of this paddle. It's got a cute little hanger, but it also has an easel on the back so you can just set it on your table if you didn't want to hang it up. And it was $10, so that's not a terrible price. Watch for when the wood items go on sale and you can get it for $5. So that's one piece. This little piece is in with their Thanksgiving things, and I just love it. It's $7, $6.99. But when I looked at it, even though it says thankful and blessed, and it was with the Thanksgiving stuff, when I look at this makes me think of a church window. And so my little mind was just started spinning with some ideas about a design for Christmas. And so that's kind of what I'm leaning for. So stay tuned. I might get another Christmas design or something that will fit on this. Because there's nothing I would do. I wouldn't paint it. It's ready to just mount your piece. I would just design something that would fit right here. And I really want it to be something to do with Christmas. And I have some ideas already in my head. So I'll try and get that figured out and share those with you. So that's another wood piece from Hobby Lobby. I also found this little paddle. This was back the same place that, whoops, sorry, nearly knocked my camera over. Same place that I found this, they had this. And so when I saw it, I like the fact that it's a paddle. I love to finish on paddles. But look how nice and thick that is. It's a very good sturdy paddle. I also like this little black design that they have on it. So I wouldn't paint it either. I just would design something. I'm going to try and come up with something, either design it or if I find a pattern that I like for Halloween. And I want to mount it on this paddle. So it was $7.99, which I think is a bargain. As thick as this is and as nicely done as the painting is on the front, I think that's a bargain. And if you catch it 40% off, you've paid maybe $4 for this. So I think that's fantastic. So this is another idea. Then, but there's more. I found this. It was on the same aisle as the other 2 pieces I just showed you, but it looks like a little tag. It's got these cute little balls up here on top. You can hang it. It does not have an easel, so it would need to be hung. But when I saw this, even though it looks like a tag, it also kind of reminds me of a tombstone shape. So I think a Halloween something would be very cute on here. I don't know if it's the Arkansas heat and weather, but I'm so ready to stitch fall and Halloween, it's not even funny. In Christmas, I'm just ready for cool weather type stitching pieces. So maybe that's why I'm so hot here. But I've got to think about what I want to put on here, but I just think that's a cute piece. And it's not expensive either. It's $6.99, so $7, $3.50 if you can catch it half off. So those were just some pieces I found at Hobby Lobby, and I think they're new things that they've just put out recently, so you should be able to find them at yours. And that's always a positive. It's so disappointing if I get a good idea and then I can't find the piece. So hopefully I'm sharing these with you early enough that you won't have any problems finding them at your stores. Then my mom and I went to this restaurant here in town called Hideaway Pizza, my very favorite place to eat pizza. And it just so happens that it's next door to Michael's. So I have to go in, you know, even though there's really nothing I need. We're right there by it. It's a shame to pass it up. So I went in Michael's as well and found this adorable little cup. And I think I wouldn't even paint it either, but something for fall. And just where this piece is, where they have the pumpkin spice saying, just mount your stitching across where it would cover that up. But I think that's so cute. I have a coffee bar, and I'm sure probably several of you have a coffee bar in your house or a place where you keep your coffee pot. I think this would be adorable next to it with something fall on it. So this was at Michael's, and it's $9.99 or $10. It's not on sale because they're just putting their fall stuff out, but I didn't want to lose it. I thought, oh my goodness, it's so cute. It may be gone if I wait. But I still think for $10, if I don't have to paint it, if all I have to do is mount my stitching, that's not a bad price. So anyway, that's another piece you might want to go get. Then I'm just going to show you my bag, and you guys will know. If you've been watching me very long, you'll know where I've been. Yes, when Stitcher's Garden again. Pink bag always gives it away. But I found the most beautiful fabric I want to share with you. I love to get different fabrics, and one of my favorites this year has been the fox and rabbit fabric. I love all kinds of fabric, but they have just done an amazing job with the different colors that they have gotten out this year. But I have some others. This one is by Mystic Fabric, and it's Witch's Brew. And look at those colors. Isn't that just gorgeous? I'll turn the back over so you can kind of see, because with any of these dyed fabrics, each piece is always different. But I just think those colors are so cool. This has become one of my favorite fabrics, and I'll show you another finish. Oh, I skipped one, but I'll show it to you here in just a second. This is Picture This Plus Relic, and I know I've shown you this one before, but it is just one of my favorites to stitch on lately. Then this is a Fox and Rabbit Ancient Ruin. This is a 32 count, but this just screams Halloween to me. So I'm hoping to use it for one of my Halloween pieces. Then I got another piece of the Mystic Fabric Witch's Brew. And just to kind of show you, I showed you the other piece a second ago. This one even is different. So that's the kind of the cool thing about some of these. They all look a little bit different. This is another Fox and Rabbit. It's called Seaweed. And I'm not sure if the video will show you the difference because it's going to look like it's black. It's not. It's a very dark charcoal looking gray that has a green tinge to it. And so hopefully maybe you can get an idea of it, but it's beautiful. It looks like fall to me. So I'm anxious to come up with something to use those with. Then I got a couple of patterns. I got another square dance because who knows, I may want to change mine out and put another one on with my finish. So this is a little Christmas one. Then this is with Thy Needle and Thread. It's Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee, and I think these are adorable, just adorable little pieces. And on the back it shows a couple more. Just a little booklet with a collection of Halloween pieces. So I'm anxious. Some of these are going to go on a bag. They're a great size for that. So I'm going to do that. Then I found this, and this is going to go next to my coffee bar. I love it. It says, "My cup overflows with blessings." Psalm 23:15. And that's so true. I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for all of you that are watching, taking time out of your day. I'm thankful for everybody that helped me out this last crazy week. So when I saw this, I thought, I think I need to stitch that. So blessings overflow, and I'll put that somewhere over by my coffee bar. So when I get it finished, I'll show it to you. So that was my haul. I have one more finish. I had it sitting over here separate, so I forgot to show it to you, and I'm so excited about this. I mentioned the retreat the end of August, and the class kit for that retreat is going to be a bisque cornu, and it's one that I designed. It's called Gingerbread Kisses bisque cornu, and this is what it looks like. I've had so much fun. I made the little bisque cornu when I was on vacation, and so I had fun. This is the first one that I've designed, and it was just a fun one to put together with the little gingerbread guys on top. has a little snowflake in the center, and then the bottom is just a little snowflake, and then we have these candy canes that kind of peek up around the sides. So that was my other finish that I wanted to share. This is an exclusive design just for the retreat attendees, but then I'll release it after a year. So this time next year, I will release it. So hopefully you'll be able to stitch it if you want to for your Christmas. This will probably go on my tier tray as well. I know it's used as a pincushion, but they're just so sweet. I love doing these biscornus, and they do fit perfectly either in a dough bowl or on your tier tray. So that's what I'm going to use mine for. This week, let me talk about last week's giveaway. I had the little wooden tray from the Christmas freebie that I posted. I hope you guys are enjoying stitching that. I appreciate those of you who have finished it and showed pictures of your finish. I love getting different ideas and seeing how you're changing it up a bit. So thank you for posting those. And you are going to get that tray unfinished, as well as the little turning tool that I showed you. And so last week's winner was the Gem Stitchery. So I don't have your name or your mailing address. And if you are the Gem, J-E-M, Stitchery, if you will send me an email, and I'll have the email in the description, along with your mailing address, I'll get your prize out to you this week. This week giveaway, I'm going to give away one of these little houses that I use for one of my finish. I'll show you that finish again. So that's the one I use. Now also, I forgot to show you this. Oh my goodness, now, awful weekend, I forget things. I was worried because I thought, what if they can't find this? This was on a clearance at Michael's. This I purchased at Hobby Lobby, and they have a whole bunch of these out. It's a little bit bigger, but it would still work, especially if you stitch your design on like a 14 count or 28 count even weave. It still will work perfectly fine. So it's at Hobby Lobby for $8.99, and I'm sure it will go on sale as well. So that's another option. I just wanted to show you in case you could not find this. So this is going to be given away this week. And I'm actually going to have 2 prizes this week. Then I'm going to give away my other little finish that I have. I have the blank board for it as well. So I will draw for 2 winners this week. And what I want you to do to be entered to win, please like the video, subscribe, comment below. What's your favorite season to stitch? I know right now, like I said, I'm burning up here in Arkansas. It's hotter than the blazes. But I'm enjoying stitching things that are Christmas or Halloween or fall, just cooler weather things. I think it's a mental thing. I'm thinking, well, I'm stitching something that's in a cooler season, so I'm bound to be cooler, maybe. But anyway, comment below, what's your favorite season to stitch? And that will enter you for this week's prize, and I'll draw for 2, and I'll announce the winners this next week. So I just want to thank you. We are well over 800 subscribers. And so we're getting closer to 1,000. I'm going to ask your help. I'm going to challenge you. Please invite your stitchy friends. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Tell them about the channel. And as soon as we reach 1,000 subscribers, I will give away a $50 gift certificate to my local LNS. She has a wonderful online shop that you can go in. So if you're not here local where you can't go and shop in person, you can go online and spend your gift certificate and get lots of goodies to stitch with. So help me out, subscribe, tell your friends, see if you can get them to join and subscribe as well, and we'll try and make our 1,000 subscriber goal. But I appreciate each and every one of you for taking time to watch, to comment. I love going through and reading your comments and kind of join our family of stitchers. So have a great rest of your weekend and a great next week, and I will